Only practice makes perfect, Awakened. Only practice.
Soon you will talk. I know it. If you should see the same products elsewhere, keep it to yourself.
My name is Aegis. If you want to help, we need wood to reinforce the gates.
And who are you? Behind the name.
Just an ordinary man who threw Borberad rose above his fate.
You play this I am so mysterious game pretty well.
Names are sound, drowned out by the sound of iron on iron. Professions are smoke and disappear into the fire of battle. But if you really want to know, demon spawn destroyed my farm and killed my family. I first followed St. Borberad for revenge. Later, I found out that it was Azrael's intrigues that had destroyed my life. An experiment that she undertook out of curiosity. I knew she was the High Prophetess, so I did everything to get here, where she is most vulnerable. And she will fall before Calandra.
What do you think of Azrael? She's your enemy, right?
Not everyone here hates her, but there are reasons to bear sword for Calandra. The secret Azrael hides, for example, the power to release the Borberadians from their demonic pacts without losing the gift of magic.
In other words, you're not fighting against Azrael. Not against her as a person.
I spoke of others, not of myself. I think it is time she reaped what she has sown. That is why I'm here.
Sounds like she pissed on someone's leg, all right?
It's a bit deeper. Another time, Cairon.
What do you know about this monastery?
It is the most secret place in all the Shadowlands. If belief in Borberad has a home, then this is it. Ah, I forgot. If Zul'Goroth actually brought you here himself, as they say, then you have no idea at all where we are. We are high in the Black Sickle. Never before has a wanderer come across this place.
The perfect place for your battle. No troublemakers. Except me. What do you know about my gift?
It was created here, just as you were created here, and apparently it ends here. A pit fight like in Maraskan. There are bloody contests there in which trained tigers and lions are made to fight one another in a sand pit.
Calandra and I are the last two awakened.
But which one are you? The lion or the tiger?
I'm not a cat. Spare me that crap.
True. You are at most an ordinary fox.
A cornered fox is more deadly than any other predator. Or so I've heard.
Then we can look forward to a good fight.
You follow Calandra, why?
She is strong and will in body, strong enough to topple Azrael from her throne. Calandra will wrest the secret of breaking pacts from her, because with Zul'Goroth's gifts, Azrael dug her own grave.
Calandra sent me. How can I help?
Search the rebel camp for some wood. Take your time, have a look around, and then bring me the wood.
Whenever I'm new somewhere, the first thing I have to do is get wood.
Do it or don't. Once you find enough, you can give the wood to Solus. He's manning the second gate. Or you reinforce the second gate yourself. That would be faster. Yes, that's actually a better idea.
Solus isn't your best friend, huh?
Maybe not. In any case, you have to hurry. We don't know when the attack will come.
Only practice makes...
I am brave. I can take it. Do you have an
Thank you.
antidote?
I'm in your debt.
White wine, element leaf, anything for the pain.
I don't know if I'll ever walk again.
I can't feel anything else anymore.
Solus, right? I have a few questions.
Go ahead, then.
Why do you fight Azrael?
Pragmatism, loyalty, as you wish.
What do you mean?
Under Zeran, we were still a real church. We were rich, we were powerful. Our robes were much more ostentatious and unique. I never could get used to Azrael's oh-so-spiritual ramblings, nor to her hypocrisy. I always say a church needs pomp and swords. The first for the believers, the second for the troublemakers.
They say that under Zeran, the Church of Borbarad became decadent and cared only for gold.
Let us say that is not pure invention.
Do you really think that it will be like that under Calandra, too?
Certainly not. Calandra believes in her revolution, and she wants to help the people. A strange view of Borbarad's teaching, but that's her affair. I spoke about loyalty earlier, and that is the real reason why I fight. Zeran did much for me. When they wanted to hang me, he gave me a chance. Not every pirate is so lucky. He got my loot, I got my life, and a great deal of influence. Azrael had shaped the church into an instrument of her power against Zeran and corrupting Borbarad's teaching. It is my church, which makes the revolution my cause.
Why do you fight Azrael?
Pragmatism, Loyalty, as you wish.
What do you mean?
Under our robe, I always...
What is Borbrad's teaching?
A great mystery and a great truth. The praise of diversity and proof that effort is worthwhile. We can achieve much more than we think. Borbrad helps us exploit all of our potentials. The spirit was more important to him than faith. Science. Borbrad was a thinker, not a preacher. Anyone who wants to can defy the horrors of this world with blood magic. Not by birth, but rather through his will. Borbrad's magic gives us true nobility. Through him, we can overcome all the princes and magi moguls.
See you later.
Well fought. Even better than I thought. Here, your reward.
And who are
Just an ordinary...
you?
Name's Os, but if you really... Later, I knew...
Well?
See you later.
Good work. With the portals, I mean.
You disappeared very quickly earlier.
Sorry. I suspected that the seals have a greater significance. That's why Seghal wanted to bind the Catechism to them. From 7 souls shall the first paladin arise.
I've heard of this first paladin before, but Seghal, Catechism, what are you talking about?
Seghal has been following St. Borberad for many years, and no one knows Zul'Goroth's gifts as well as he. Seghal is... well... Cairon. Seghal is our real father.
Your father, maybe. Azrael is holding my father prisoner.
Calm down. The man who raised us is here. At the moment, Azrael still has him, but my people will find him.
I can't wait that long. I'll find him myself.
The Catechism is more important right now. This book, take it with you when you break the seals. 6 seals can be found in the monastery. The 7th, the Seal of Anointing, is in Azrael's headquarters.
Calandra, what is the meaning of all this?
My people believe in me. They follow Borberad's teachings, and me. They consider me Borberad's successor.
Be precise.
The revolution. This is not just about the souls of a few cultists, Cairon. We're founding a new church.
The Borberadians are our enemies. They chased us for decades, bartered away our souls, and killed thousands of people.
I knew you would say that, and that's what I want you to decide for me. The new church of Borberad should be your work too. Seghal says that each seal will force you to make a decision. Whatever you decide will appear in this book. When you're done, this book will become the foundation of our new church.
That's a lot of responsibility you're handing me.
Many good men have died for this book. I don't know anyone I would trust it to more than you. Go to Seghal, talk to him. He can tell you more about the seals. And even if, in the end, you decide that the book must be burned, I will accept that. That I promise you with all my love.
Who is this Seghal?
He was at our birth. I grew from his seed. Like the man whom you call father, he followed Azrael too. But Seghal saw more than just the blood and the victims of the Awakened struggle. He understood the first Paladin's greatness and studied Zul'Goroth's gifts for decades. He stood with us against Azrael's rule. His knowledge protects him from her. He betrayed her for the good. He did not wait like father for her weakest moment, endangering the grand plan by kidnapping children just to hurt Azrael's pride.
Father tells a different story.
He taught cowardice and cunning. And above all, he taught us bans, because he never believed in us. But Seghal believes in us, and what we can become.
We've changed.
The gifts have...
And
We will not kill, simply because...
time for me to get going.
Calandra is our will. You are our strength.
The revolution will let the church flourish anew. dolorem ipsum quia dolorsi amet consectetur adipis velit, sed quia nunquam eis modi tempora incidunt labore et dolore magnam aliquam fuerat voluptatem.
If I could only touch him just once.
The strong determine who is weak. Freedom belongs to he who...
We'll show that self-proclaimed high prophetess just who the church really belongs to.
Only practice.
You're Seghal.
Cairon! Finally I get to meet you. Calandra has spoken much of you.
She says that you call yourself our father, and that you'll help me.
I sired her. I have instructed her since she appeared here. I taught her the Master's word, and the power of her gift. I believed in her when she was alone. I made the girl a leader, and she accepted me as a father. I know I cannot ask this favor of you. I have to earn it myself. But I can hope, because I believe in you, and in what you are destined to become.
You want to be my father?
I know the other whom you call father, a man with a soft heart and little faith in goodness. That made him a liar and traitor. To you, to Azrael, and to me, too.
Azrael has captured him. Maybe he's here.
Her hatred runs deep. She is having him tortured. Where exactly, I don't know.
You want my favor? Then find him.
You want to save him? At all costs?
Ask of me what you want.
All right. I'll help. We can talk about the price later.
The Awakened called me their brother. Calandra recognizes you as her father. You make me the same offer. Why?
Azrael chose the man you call father and I to father the Awakened. We were to be your teachers and protectors. He went away, but I stayed. 5 of my children died. That was also my fault.
How so?
I believed that education was everything, that the gifts should mature close to me, because no one had studied them longer and deeper than I. But all fell away one after another. Gamut, Cassio, even the obedient folk threatened to defect. Only the 2 of you returned. And your gifts are the most powerful of all, because your gifts out there matured, because you experienced chaos before your awakening. I'm glad that killing is coming to an end. I loved all my children, and even if it is hard to understand, I love the 2 of you just as much. I see in you what I loved about my children, what remains of them in you, and what you can one day become.
Seghal, tell me about this first paladin Azrael wants to create from us.
The first paladin is Borbarad's greatest promise, a being that stands above the people and yet is still human. His superior intellect, his unbridled power. Azrael wanted to own it all. The paladin was to be her tool. A stupid creature who was to crush entire empires, only to be stared at by awestruck believers just as stupid. But Cairon, imagine what you could achieve if you were the paladin, or Calandra. And you could both live on. Only a couple of seals to break, and then it is within your grasp.
It sounds not all bad. I understood that right. You were Calandra's teacher.
At first, she was stubborn. She didn't trust me. But her curiosity was stronger. She lost her shyness and became the best student I ever had. She inspired me to rebel against Azrael. Through Calandra, I realized that bondage is not the essence of the gifts. The nature of the gifts is freedom. Free creative chaos.
They are demonic.
Demonic? Raw magical. Fairy, kobold, call it what you want. No one can make them his tools. They arise and grow on their own. And they grow in the way you mold them. That, Cairon, is true creativity.
You say my father betrayed you?
Maybe he told you how he stole you out of compassion, out of humanity, perhaps. The truth is that he wanted revenge. He was infatuated with Azrael. He didn't realize that her spirit strove for something higher than sweaty sheets. When she did him and me the greatest favor, allowing us to sire you all, he was furious. His pride was hurt. He felt rejected. And in revenge, he stole you.
He's come a long way. How could that happen?
Look at my face. I protected him. Sabotaged the search for moons upon moons, until Azrael found out and had my face burned.
Why did you do that?
Because he fled with your mother, and her life was worth more to me than my own.
Tell me about the seals, Seghal.
Do you see the seals behind me? Zul'Gorov's power is held within them through Azrael's contract with him. Each seal represents a gift. 3 are here, and another 3 lie beyond the garden.
And Azrael guards the last one herself, I know. But how do I break the seals?
You need the keystones. Green gems that fit the seals.
Which are probably not just lying around.
They are protected by puzzles, traps, and demons. And they themselves test to see if you are worthy. You have to understand the powers that they offer you by overcoming what you have not yet become. Azrael wants to use the seals to exercise control over body and soul of the last awakened. But the seals are not without will. They contain deep mysteries of our faith. They are subject to whoever breaks them. They shape the first paladin's power according to that person's will. That is why every seal will ask you a question.
And the answer is inscribed in this catechism.
As a sign for the faithful who read it, it is Calandra's wish that you endow the sacraments of our new church. So choose wisely which sacraments the church needs and which not. The spirit of the seal will help you. It will show you spirits from your own mind, who will give you more insight into advantages and disadvantages.
And in the meantime, you'll find a way to free my father.
You can count on me, and if you need any further advice, I'd be happy to help.
What function do these seals have again? And how do I break them?
You need the keystones, green gems that fit the seals. They are protected by puzzles, traps, and demons, and they themselves test to see if you are worthy. You have to understand the powers that they... Azaril wants to use the seals to exercise control over... But the seals are... They are... It is
What about the keystone to the left seal?
The seal deals with marriage in Borboradianism.
What do I have to do to get to the keystone? Get married?
A door in the arcade leads you to the Room of Gathering. There you will find a stone pillar, which will present you with a puzzle about this issue.
And where are the deadly traps you mentioned?
Just try not to fail.
Where's the keystone to the middle seal?
The Seal of Ordination. A door in the arcade leads you to the monastery's laboratory. Now there you will find everything you need.
Alchemy and ordination, how do they fit together?
Ziran, who once led the church, was obsessed with gold. He claimed he could produce it himself. Under Ziran, only those intelligent enough to crack his alchemical formula received high offices. That's what he always claimed, at any rate.
They say that Ziran sold orders and offices to the highest bidder, and that's why he was able to collect so much gold.
The solution was, of course, given in secret. The rest you can imagine. The puzzle in the laboratory is probably Azaril's comment on that.
The villainess has a sense of humor. That really is new. How do I get the keystone to the right seal?
The baptism seal. If you want to find the keystone, examine the fountain with the 2 blood spouts. They want you to baptize them.
With the blood from the fountains?
I'm sure there is enough blood on your hands for a baptism.
You're trying to be funny.
Touch the statue's foreheads, and be ready for anything.
What are you, Cairon? A demon?
Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. Nothing. Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. Did that do it?
That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work.
Artifex Maxima. I have never had a role model that shone like Calandra.
Are you still hesitating? If you don't break the seal, in the worst case, Zul'Goroth will demand your soul. At best, you will kill Calandra, and forever be prisoner in an immortal body which Azrael controls like a doll.
The seals. Where's the keystone to the middle seal?
The seal of ordination. A door in the arcade leads you to the monastery's laboratory. Now there you will find everything you need.
Alchemy and ordination? How do they fit together?
Ziran, who once led the church, was obsessed with gold. He claimed he could produce it himself. Under Ziran, only those intelligent enough to crack his alchemical formula received high offices. That's what he always claimed, at any rate.
They say that Ziran sold orders and offices to the highest bidder, and that's why he was able to collect so much gold.
The solution was, of course, given in secret. The rest you can imagine. The puzzle in the laboratory is probably Azrael's comment on that.
The villainess has a sense of humor. That really is new.
You broke the seal. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Borbarad. Should the Church have a marriage ritual? Should two faithful be allowed to enter a lifelong bond out of love? They would find themselves in eternal struggle with one another. But maybe this struggle and their love could make them better students of the Master's word.
Marriage is a structure that cannot last. No couple will maintain the struggle forever. They'll get used to one another and resign themselves a little more each day. Then only their inertia and fear of losing common property will still hold them together. And if not, then their marriage will break down. The temptations are too great. Love is nothing but a mask for desire. In addition, only cowards will marry, the ones willing to put up with whatever they could get in money and sex. The sacrament of marriage is contrary to Borbarad's doctrine of freedom and the will to power. Therefore, we do not need it.
Love is just as powerful as magic because it strengthens our will. It brings two people to live together in eternal struggle while at the same time offering the greatest fulfillment. When both spouses are equal, their spiritual abilities will grow together. Equality is the essence of Borbarad's promise. Every human a mage. Through the children that arise from these relationships will the Church flourish. That is why we need the sacrament of marriage.
I have made my decision. Borbaradians should be able to marry. Love is to have its place in a new church.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel.